Hello FPL managers and welcome back for another video. My name's Jack and today we're discussing our transfer plans for Blank Game Week 32. We don't have a free hit available, so we are going to try and navigate this game week with just using free transfers. So if you haven't got a free hit available, this video could definitely be helpful for you. Even if you are using a free hit, definitely gives you an insight to a couple of good players for Blank Game Week 32. If you guys are enjoying the FPL videos, drop a like and subscribe. We're trying to hit 12,000 subscribers by the end of the Premier League season, so please help us reach that goal. And that'll mean you make sure that you have those notification bells turned on so you don't miss any future FPL videos. There's going to be plenty more blanks and doubles for the rest of the season that needs navigating, so stay tuned for those videos. And with that being said, let's jump into the video. So first up, let's have a look at our Game Week 31 team, discuss a couple of players that I was happy with, a couple of players that are potentially on the chopping block of a transfer out. Overall though, our Game Week 31 was a very good game week for us. We scored a total of 67 points, which was a pretty good output considering a couple of things. One being we didn't have Erling Haaland, and number two, Kane was our captain who did blank. So despite these two massive downsides to the game week, we're still able to walk away with a green arrow, and that is now our second consecutive green arrow that we've been able to take without having Erling Haaland in the team. So despite him producing back-to-back double-digit returns, we've still been able to record green arrows. Looking around the team, very happy with De Gea in goals. It definitely paid off going for De Gea as a goalkeeper option. Manchester United now have 3 clean sheets in the last 3 game weeks. They've been very solid defensively. De Gea didn't pick up any save bonus in game week 31, but does have a pretty good balance of save bonus and clean sheet bonus as well. He was really the only one that stood out in defense apart from Ben White, as Trippier, Estupinian and Rico Henry all did blank for Newcastle, Brighton and Brentford respectively. None of these 3 teams could record the clean sheet in Game Week 31, but unfortunately for us, Ben White, despite not getting a clean sheet either, was able to get forward, pick himself up yet another attacking return, as he's really turned up the involvements for Arsenal in recent weeks, providing a couple of goals, couple of assists. It's been very nice to be a Ben White owner. He also picked up 2 bonus points in that game as well, so very happy with Ben White producing the 6 points there. Definitely did clutch up for us in defense on one of the last games of Game Week 31. Looking to the midfield, it was a very strong midfield performance from a midfield 3, Odegaard, Salah and March, all providing returns. 3 fairly strong differential options amongst FPL managers inside the top 1 million. I believe the highest ownership out of any of these 3 players inside the top 1 mil is Odegaard, and his ownership's only sitting at around 25 to 30% amongst some of the best managers in FPL. It's absolutely massive that these 3 guys were able to produce returns. Starting with Odegaard, he converted a very good cross from Gabriel Martinelli, who's also been in great form for Arsenal recently, and it did see Odegaard pick up triple bonus points as well, taking them up to 10 for the week. So very happy with Odegaard. And then Salah on the last game of Game Week 31 was absolutely massive for us. Produced 14 points away to Leeds. That definitely saved our game week, as it wasn't looking great. We were still on a slight red arrow coming into the last game where Liverpool was playing Leeds. Salah, obviously being our only FPL asset in this game, produced 14 points. Got himself 2 goals, had a disallowed goal as well, so could have easily had more FPL points, but nonetheless, I'll take 14. He accompanied his 2 goals with 2 bonus as well. Solly March got himself 5, produced an assist to an absolutely excellent Enciso goal. Bit fortunate there, the March was able to record the assist points. Looking up top, Watkins, obviously the main attacking threat for us, 16 points, 2 goals and an assist. Absolutely massive for us as well. So really, if it wasn't for Odegaard, Salah, Watkins, we'd be in a bit of strife this week, so very happy that those 3 lads were able to produce double-digit returns. Not too much to report on the bench. Obviously, Ramsdale, Botman, both blanked with 1 point, and Barnes and Rashford both didn't take to the pitch Game Week 31. So overall, the rank has gone inside 500k up to 493, around a 70k green arrow this week. So pretty happy about that, especially considering we didn't have Haaland in the team and our captain blanked, and that meant we scored 67 points for Game Week 31. So let's discuss a couple of players that we're looking to move on. So looking around the squad, Harvey Barnes was definitely one of the players that I was looking to get out of the team coming into Game Week 31, and this has been the case coming into Blank Game Week 32, as he's probably not going to be available for this game week. He has a chance of coming back to face Wolves, but to be fair, Wolves' defense has been very strong in recent game weeks, picking up 3 clean sheets in recent weeks. So I think getting Barnes out is probably going to be the right move, and I do want to get Erling Haaland back in for Tony, so that's going to mean I'm going to need to free up some money in the bank. So it's going to see Barnes Barnes, be either drop down to Eze or Andreas most likely. I could go to Martinelli if I just wanted to go Kane to Haaland as a straight swap rather than upgrading Tony to Haaland. It just kind of depends on how I want to play it, but I do still want to try and keep Harry Kane in the team, so it's going to probably see Tony being dropped for Erling Haaland, which is quite a big upgrade, so I'm probably going to have to downgrade Barnes to a cheaper option. That's why I like Eze and Andreas the most, but if I do have to go for Kane, Martinelli is just there as an option. Right now, I still think Andreas is one of my favourite options just because he gives us a lot more money in the bank. It does make it a lot easier to be able to get in Erling Haaland to the team. Also, if we go for Andreas Pereira, it does make it easier for us to upgrade one of our defenders to Trent Alexander-Arnold whilst also trying to get in Erling Haaland to the squad down the line. So I think Andreas probably the main man right now at 4.3. Obviously hasn't been as good a touch as Eberechi Eze at 5.5. He's been absolutely banging in the FPL points. 3 consecutive returns, 16 points last week, got himself a couple of goals. 7 goals and 4 assists on the season now. Obviously, most of those returns have come in recent weeks. 3 goals and 1 assist across his last 3 matches. Everton at home, game week 32 is a great fixture. So Eze is still a very, very good asset in his own right. I could also go for Eze now if I wanted to make the move from Kane to Haaland later on rather than Tony to Haaland. It could be a bit better short term just because Eze probably has a higher chance of returns than Andreas for game week 32. So that could potentially be a way we play the rest of the season out. Also, Crystal Palace do have some pretty good fixtures for most of the game weeks and the rest of the year. So Eze is going to be a good starting option most game weeks as well. So we do get a bit more value out of him rather than Andreas, who's just going to be playing this week in blank game week 32. He gives me the 11 starting players, but then is probably just going to sit on my bench most other weeks. Saying that, Andreas does have a pretty good fixture. Leeds at home. Andreas has recorded 3 attacking returns in his last 5 matches for Fulham. So definitely not the worst there, picking up a goal and 2 assists across his last 5. So to be fair, he still is notching up FPL points. His underlying numbers are also fairly similar to Eze, as obviously Eze has put up a lot of FPL points, but his expected goal involvements haven't been that high. It's just been very, very clinical. So you could see a bit of mean reversion down there from Eze's FPL points being so high, potentially dropping down a little bit back to where they're expected to kind of be. So potentially for that reason, Andreas a little bit better value at 4.3. Saying that though, Eze at 5.5 could be a steal right now if he does keep up that form. But for me, Andreas is going to be the main Barnes replacement. His underlying numbers are fairly similar to Eze across the season as well. He has a higher XG slightly and a slightly higher expected assist stat as well. Also, he does have a higher predicted points for game week 32 of 4.3. So for that reason, I'm probably going to go for Andreas. The sort of transfer plan from here is go Barnes to Andreas this week, as we do have 2 free transfers available. Yes, it's probably not the most ideal, as if Barnes does play, he's probably going to outscore Andreas, or has a decent chance of outscoring Andreas, but I still want to have the money in the bank to be able to make moves down the line. So that's going to see Barnes drop to Andreas this week. Then it's probably going to see Odegaard drop to Matoma game week 33, as well as Tony being upgraded to Haaland in game week 33. And then game week 34, it's probably going to see Ben White being replaced by Luke Shaw, as Manchester United do have the double in game week 34. If I wanted to go Kane to Haaland, I could afford to go Trent in instead of Luke Shaw for Ben White in defence. So a slightly bigger upgrade in defence. But then, of course, it does mean we miss out on all those Harry Kane FPL points. And despite blanking last week, I still want him in my team, as he is very consistent and he's been good for us this FPL season. So for me, Andreas the most likely replacement. Eze and Martinelli both there in case I want to go Kane to Haaland, as I still think these 2 options are very, very good as well, and they're going to be getting more utility in terms of getting more starts for the rest of the year compared to Andreas Pereira, who's mainly there just to free up money to be able to make other moves possible. Speaking of Gabby Martinelli, probably the best fixture for blank game week 32, Southampton at home. A really good chance for him to build on the 14 goals, 8 assists. Great form recently. Got himself an assist away to West Ham. A great cross into Martin Odegaard. His ownership is getting pretty high as well. So, of course, when you don't have a high ownership player in the team, you do take on that extra risk that if they do score, you take a massive red arrow. He also has one of the highest predicted points for game week 32 as well, of around 7. So I think for that reason, if you want to go Martinelli in on a free hit, I think he's probably the best Arsenal midfielder to go for right now. Even on a free transfer as well, Martinelli's still a good pick, but he just doesn't quite fit what we're trying to do right now with upgrading Tony to Haaland, as I need Erling Haaland in my team. I still want Harry Kane as well, so I think it's probably going to be Andreas for us, but still Eze, Martinelli, great assets in their own right. Thanks for watching today's transfer plans for Blank GameWeek 32. I hope you guys enjoyed this one and found it useful. If you did, drop a like and subscribe. We are trying to hit 12,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so please help us reach that goal. Have those notification bells turned on as well so you don't miss any future FPL videos, so blanks and doubles coming up. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.